Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to What's in the Bag, Jay. This is where I pick 6 movies from my collection that I haven't seen, write their names on a piece of paper, throw them in the bag, draw one out at random, and do a short review. Now, last time, all 5 of the movies were coming back, although I have to make a small change because The Beast of Exmoor, I have other plans for that. So that will not be in the lineup, but you will be seeing it soon. So I picked 2 new movies to add to the other 4, and they are Nightmare Weekend and The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra, as well as our old favorites, Shadow Dead Riot, Brutal, Edges of Darkness, and Meatball Machine. Now I'm going to give the bag a good tussle because they're all in the bag. Let's see what we draw out. We have, if I can do this with one hand. Oh, sorry about the jerky cam. Nightmare Weekend. How about that? So I'm going to put that aside while I get my trusty Freddy vs. Jason die, put it in the cup, and see what we draw out for next week. Two. Alright. Let's draw 2 out of the bag. Just lost my cup. Oh, let's give the bag a good tussle. The first one is, get my fingers a little wet here so I can see what it is. Shadow Dead Riot. And number 2 is Edges of Darkness. Now you guys know how this works. If the one didn't get drawn that you guys want to see, definitely vote for your favorite, and I will consider bringing it back. Right now, I'm going to go check out Nightmare Weekend and come back with a review later. Well, I'm back. I just watched Nightmare Weekend, and here are my thoughts. Nightmare Weekend is a 1986 film, which runs approximately 84 minutes, if you have this version. If you have the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray, it runs 86 minutes. That's because this one is cut. Now, this is directed by Henry Sala, and from what I could gather, he basically did porn. Now, this stars Debbie Laster as Julie Klingstone. She was in Bad Girls Dormitory. Deborah Hunter as Jessica Brake. She has been in absolutely nothing since. And the big name is Dale Midkiff as Ken. He was in Hell's Kitty, Flight of the Living Dead, but is most known for playing the father for the original Pet Sematary. Now, this movie was made for $500,000. And a couple interesting things about the film. This film was shot primarily with a French crew. Almost the entire cast was overdubbed post-production with other people. This movie was filmed with 2 scripts, one in French and the other in English. And a reshoot was done after the film was finished to beef up the makeup effects in the movie. Now, I was trying to consider whether I should even bother describing this film, because this film is absolutely nuts. Anyone who's seen it, it is absolutely crazy. So I'm going to read you a little bit of the back. An ingenious professor invents computer technology that benefits society, but his beautiful and psychotic assistant perverts and manipulates it to suit her evil ways, warping people's minds and turning them into crazed mutanoids. She selects 3 beautiful young college girls as her victims, inviting them to the professor's house for a weekend of terror, as they're subjected to her cruel and vicious experiments. That is basically it in a nutshell. But this movie is a complete mess. I was talking to Joe when I started the film, and I told him what I was watching, and he said, "Oh, the one with the crazy spheres." And I said, yeah, that's it. Some of the highlights of this film, basically there are spheres that go inside of each person, and what the thing was originally meant to do was to cure schizophrenia, and it was supposed to be a help to society. Schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, stuff like that. But of course, like the thing said, his psychotic girlfriend, or whatever you want to call her, basically uses it to manipulate and to cause them to be psychotic mutanoids. Now, if you can see right here, there is a puppet. And the puppet is basically... Let's see if I can explain this one. The machine is called Apache. And the daughter has a version of Apache 2 in her room. Why? I can't begin to tell you. But it has a puppet that talks to her. So, if that's any indication of what this movie's like. Now, what did I think about it? Believe it or not, I kind of liked it. It was crazy, but it was fun. I know it seems like I'm giving away a lot in the film, but there is just so much to see in this movie that's just oddly placed, goofy, strange. Yeah. If you don't mind movies that don't make that much sense and are really, really nuts, to be honest, then check this one out. And don't forget to vote for the one that I didn't review or didn't pick to come back for next week. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.